I know what you guys were promised, and now I am ready to deliver. Here is how Doey could work in Project Playtime.
He's stretchy, he's gummy, he's squishy, he's funny. Doey. He's silly, he's gooey, he's sticky, he's gluey. Doey.
Yeah, I know 1 year later I'm still using Poppy Playtime Forever footage. I'm making a game, so just sit back and watch the gameplay for like 5 minutes while I explain the mechanics.
Hiya there, pal. Follow me.
Set me free, trust me and we will escape from the sea.
When I was coming up with ideas for Doey, one of the most unique ones I had was that he'd be considered a timer entity. By this, I mean, for however long he's in the chase, the more aggressive he gets. For example, say he's in the chase for about a minute, he will get into something that I'll go into way later on in the video. Yeah, this video is not going to be about 12 minutes long, this is probably going to be about 20, so sit your butt down while I get everything ready for you. Okay. So, let's just get into what happens during the first part of the timer before we get to the minute. We'll go up to 50 seconds. So, around 10 seconds in, his ability cooldown will be 5 seconds shorter. Meaning he could use his abilities a lot quicker, not a lot quicker, but a tiny bit quicker than usual. And then after 20 seconds, his speed will be boosted by like 5% or something like that. Yeah, 5%. By 30 seconds, his speed will be increased by 20%, and he'll have a 10-second shorter cooldown. So his cooldown is now 10 seconds shorter than it was when the chase starts. When around 40 seconds in, he is now twice as fast as the player's sprint. In fact, no, he's about as fast as Mr. Light when no one's looking at her. Look at Riptor's Mr. Light video to see how that's explained. And then yeah, he's essentially now by 40 seconds in, he's the fastest toy in Project Playtime. And 50 seconds in, this point is his cooldowns cooldown. Yeah, he's really fast now, being able to easily catch up with the player. And his cooldown is literally just 5 seconds now for both of his primary and secondary abilities. Not that he has 2 primary and secondary abilities. I mean, for both of his abilities. Speaking of which, let's get into. First things first, I want to apologise for that Rickroll. I shouldn't have done that. Force of habit, but essentially, his primary ability will be a charge attack. No, not like Huggies. It's different. Let me explain. So, all throughout Chapter 4, we can see Doey fitting through tight spaces and walls. And even in the trailer, we see him falling through the ceiling, flipping, iCarly style, like that. Like that one meme where, the guy just falls through the ceiling. Yeah, kind of like that. He can just, go through ceilings and walls to try and get to, other specialists. So, say, you're running under a catwalk, and, I don't know, flipping, what's his name? Say you're under a catwalk, and say Doey's, on that catwalk, trying to chase another person, he looks down and sees you, sorry. God damn it. Why can't I talk? But essentially, he would be able to go through that, ceiling, that catwalk, and start chasing you. When he's not going through walls or that, it's just a regular charge attack that does 25% damage. that just gives it enough time to get into. Oh my god, I'm gonna hate myself for making this guy so OP, even in his base form. But essentially, the secondary ability allows him to grab a survivor, and I'll let the footage speak for itself. So essentially, Doey just gets like multiple arms, grabs the player, and just yeet, 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 for about 10 seconds, which takes about 50 health off of the player. Yes, the reason why I'm making it so OP is because Doey, he's not even close to his full potential yet. You'll see in just a minute how terrifyingly, stupidly OP he is. I'm gonna hate making Doey so OP, but that is because he's the first ever toy to actually change his form for all players in the match. And I'm not talking about Catnap just turning into a nightmare for only the drugged players by the red sleep smoke. I mean, he is actually like mad. So you know how I said after 1 minute of chasing, like after 50 seconds of chasing, he just gets really fast and he has no cooldown? Essentially, after 1 minute, he will become the monster version of Doey. And he is really OP, taking about 33% of the player's health each hit, meaning it'd take about 3 to 4 hits to finish the player off. So yeah, unfortunately for you, you're not surviving. And he is way faster about being like, he is now the fastest toy in the game, being able to, you know, catch up to the player within like 10 seconds flat. Just like the amount of time it takes for him to become Monster Doey, he lasts about 1 minute for every survivor, and he is the most aggressive he can be. With that, he also comes with 2 new primary abilities and a really, and it is just OP. I'm just gonna talk about him right now.
We need to build a wall.
Monster Doey is probably one of my favourite for primary abilities, because it is just insane. His primary ability, he can go up to an entrance of a room and like he will rip off a part of himself, and that room will be blocked off for the rest of the game. Like, actually no, there will be one way you can get rid of it, and that's by finding nitrogen tanks around the whole thing and shooting it, and it'll freeze the dough, and then you can like shoot it with your flare hand to melt the dough, and you just continue with, like, say he's blocked off all entrances to the last puzzle pillar. Find a liquid nitrogen tank, because those will be scattered throughout the map if Doey's on the level. Bring it to one of the entrances and shoot it, then shoot it again with a flare hand, or I don't know, maybe when you throw it, it breaks it, and then like just add the flare hand to project, because that would make my life 10 times easier, because then I wouldn't have to use stuff from actual Poppy Playtime to, you know, stop these things from being annoying. But something I can say is, really, like, this entire thing, right, the game, really sucks. The primary ability is probably one of my favourite things about Monster Doey, and probably is my favourite thing about him, because of how monstrously OP I made him. I need to try and find another way to, like, nerf him, which is probably going to be...
Good morning. Do you want the fried rice?
Okay, this is going to probably be the longest section just because of how long it's going to take me to explain. So, Monster Doey's secondary ability will basically be a grab. Similar to how he grabs you but just before he gets crushed. Here's the footage for that right now.
You and Poppy! It's all your fault! Want to kill you! Kill everyone who hurts the... Can't trust anyone! The gentle voices lie! You lie! I tried to be better, to be who they needed. Smart enough, not good enough, not... I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So yeah, the way he grabs you is essentially like that. He'll grab you and then instead of throwing you like he does to you for the Pianosaurus death style back in his other secondary ability, he'll just jump scare you essentially. He'll just like grab you actually, no, he will throw you, but he won't, like, throw you on the walls. He'll just, like, throw you backwards, which will deal a massive amount of damage. And then he could go and hit you, like, twice, and then you'll be dead. But there is a way to slow him down. There is a way to slow him down, my brothers. And it's going to be pretty easy because I mentioned it in the previous ability. So let's get into...
Freeze! Everybody clap your hands!
So, when you play as Doey in Project Playtime, there will be these cans of liquid nitrogen that you'd have to grab and throw at Doey, stopping him for about 10 seconds. This will give you enough time to quickly find a hiding spot or, run for your life, because you're going to have to do both of those things at the same time, considering he is literally the fastest toy in the game now, because, he is now angry. His monster form lasts about a minute, so if you can survive for about that amount of time, you could most likely survive an encounter with Doey. But if not, you're cooked. You're actually cooked. Because he is pretty fast. You'd have to be like Sonic level speed if you want to catch up with him, bro. You're cooked if not. Another way you could stop him is by making him crash into is by just dropping the nitrogen on the floor and then having Doey stick to it, and then just bring him onto a low-hanging area, because say he hits that liquid nitrogen hits a catwalk, it's just going to explode, freeze anything on site, including Doey. So say he hits it on a catwalk and a player's walking on the catwalk, that player will also get frozen for 10 seconds alongside Doey. So it can be a blessing and a curse at the same time. But I guess with that over, it's time to get into some extra stuff and some of the skins for Doey. So let's get into...
It's scary, it's black, it's gonna destroy.
Unlike last video where I didn't have a lot of ideas for Yarnaby, I have a hell of a lot of ideas for Doey. So, the first one is just a bunch of recolours, making blue, red, orange, yellow. Just turn him into all of the colours that he has on his body. Do the same thing for his monster skin. Just have whatever skin you're wearing for Doey be his monster skin, and unless it's the robot skin, which I don't know how they do that. Probably just like maybe have a different animation for robot Doey where he just turned like he's just like, I'm going to turn into a truck now. And just like, and he just like turns into Monster Doey Transformer style. That's how I hope they do Robot Doey. That'd be absolutely funny. Just imagine like halfway through a chase, you just see Doey stop, and he's just like, I'm going to turn into a truck now. turns into the Hulkbuster. That would actually be really, really funny. Another skin I want to see for Doey is, I don't know, maybe one with PJ Pugapillar's colour scheme. That would be actually pretty funny. Just imagine, like, you look behind you and a blue and purple Doey is just running at you full speed. That would be funny. Another one I really want for Doey is kind of like the same colour scheme as Mummy Longlegs, to be honest, because, let's be honest, Doey the Dough Man, he has the same colour scheme as Daddy Longlegs. That sounds wrong, and so does Mummy Longlegs. Like, imagine walking past someone's room and just hearing them saying Mummy when making a Poppy Playtime video. That is terrifying. But yeah, essentially, he has Mummy Longlegs colour scheme, which is just pink and blue. I don't know what to name her. Probably like Danish the Dogo. I don't know. Dumbo. Now I want to see a Dumbo skin for him. That would be pretty funny. Just like an elephant coloured Doey that can fly. He can fly. I can fly. While you're at it, just give him a hoodie. That says, yep, you're banned. Just make a queso skin for him. Do one with planet stuff on it, like blue and green and yellow, because, you know, the Earth has got deserts as well, you idiots. Yeah, just do a bunch of random skins for Doey. I don't even care at this point. I'm just trying to get my watch time up at this point. But with that, I guess we can finally get into... That was really it for all of my ideas for Doey the Dough Man. If you guys have any other ideas, comment down below. I'll try and incorporate them into a remaster. If I ever do a remaster, because this video just took loads of my time. Sorry. It took like weeks to make this. But yeah, if you want to, just like, subscribe, comment down below what you want in the next one, and I'll try and meet you in the middle. So as always, see you guys in the next one. See ya.
Man, just what are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm saying the N-word.
I don't think you can legally say that.
You sure about that?
Oh, nah.
I'm black now, Spider-Man.
You make yourself black so you can say the N-word?
That's right, Spider-Man. And you can't stop me.
Oh, shit.